Thank you, President Christian. Thank you very much for inviting me back to my alma mater. I am deeply honored and humbled to be here and share these precious moments with you, the graduates. Congratulations. And also congratulations to the esteemed members of the faculty, the proud parents, the supportive siblings, the devoted friends. But without you, this day would not have been possible. So congratulations to all of you as well. Today, you should be very proud of this remarkable achievement in your life. Some 30 years ago, I was standing in your shoes on this same lawn, wearing the same cap and gown. And to be frank, I don't remember the commencement speech. So I'm sure you will forget mine, but that's okay. But I do remember the mix of emotions, the joy, the relief, the cheerfulness, the sadness. But I also remember an inner voice asking an inevitable question. So what's next? And here comes my responsibility as commencement speaker, to give you some advice from my own personal winding road from New Paltz to the United Nations, via Haiti, Cuba, El Salvador, Guyana, and other countries, and many, many flights around the world. When I look back, my life and my career feel so unexpected, so full of turns and twists, victories, but also many mistakes. My journey started right here in New Paltz, as a 17-year-old foreign student. You see, I grew up literally in the middle of the world, Quito, Ecuador, latitude 000. So snowstorms, icy winters, toasted bagels, and beer kegs were all a mystery to me. It is here where I first got to know Michael Jackson, who was then singing Billie Jean. And I saw my first MTV video with Bruce Springsteen dancing in the dark. I watched Flashdance, Terminator, and Back to the Future in the New Paltz cinema up the street. It is here where I discovered the beauty of the outdoors through the outing club that took me rock climbing in Minnewaska and hiking in the Gunks. I also discovered here what it's like to be independent and to be carefree. Like many of you, I spent dozens of Sundays in my dorm laundry room, hundreds of hours trying to stay awake in the Sojourner Truth library, and I also learned to type in that super word processor that replaced the electric typewriter. But I also remember fondly my professors, my roommates, including the one who never cleaned her side of the room, my tutors, my RA, and so many others who guided and welcomed me in this place far from home, and who ultimately shaped, in one way or another, who I am now as a person and helped me define the next steps. So here are my first words of wisdom to you. Cherish all you have learned in this school, not only in the books, and be thankful for the privilege. But remember that life is too complex to think that we can thrive on our own. Be grateful to your parents, to your family, your teachers, your friends, your mentors, not only today, but always. Don't feel embarrassed to reach out, to ask for help, but also to say thank you, or to let someone know you were inspired by his or her words or deeds. There will come a time when you will be able to give back and help someone else get ahead in life. My second piece of advice is start somewhere, anywhere. Even if you don't know where to go, life will take you places. I am saying this because I never imagined the most important things that were going to happen in my life. I never imagined that I would become a high-ranking official of the United Nations. Life is all about trying and choosing different paths. During my years at New Paltz, I prepared for a career in business in finance. I studied the rational market theory and followed the stock market every morning in the Wall Street Journal. I thought I wanted to be a stockbroker, but I also wanted to work internationally, not quite sure where or how. And I didn't know much about the United Nations then. But I remember walking by the UN building in one visit to New York City and wondering, how does one get to work here? Who are these people who go in and out of the gates looking so international? I began reading about it, and I became fascinated by the concept of peacekeepers, the blue helmet soldiers whose job is to make peace. And in my research, I came across an opportunity to join the UN as a volunteer in the small and very poor South American country of Guyana, a country about which I knew nothing. It was a low-paying job in very tough living circumstances, no telephones or clean drinking water, very far from the Wall Street job I once aspired to. But I knew there and then, in the country with the largest virgin rainforest in the world, that I had found my calling to work in something bigger than myself. And without knowing, this was the starting point of my 25-year career in human development, lifting people out of poverty, protecting our planet, and promoting democracy. My third and final piece of advice is take a risk. Go where no one wants to go. Nothing is set in stone after college. Your career will be a long and twisting road. Careers are about trial and error, about taking risks, about perseverance, and about taking pride in every small step that you take. During my UN career, perhaps the most difficult and yet the most rewarding job was my assignment in Haiti after the devastating earthquake of 2010 that killed over 200,000 people. The level of destruction and desolation, the arduous working and living conditions, the human tragedy and the horror were such that no staff member wanted to work there. So I volunteered to go and take charge of the recovery and reconstruction operation for the United Nations. I thought that if ever there was a moment to stand for the principles and values of the United Nations, this was it. The job was daunting. I did not know where to start, and I did not feel fit for the challenge. But there was nothing more inspiring and encouraging than human solidarity in the midst of suffering, or nothing more humbling than the opportunity and privilege to help others rebuild their lives. So yes, adversity will happen to you no matter what. And when this occurs, don't be scared by adversity. Embrace it. Be compassionate and be willing to go beyond the borders of your comfort. It will only enrich your life, and it will make you more resilient in your walk forward. So how can you find your way? What will be your compass? Stand for something. Find out what your essence as human being is, and what are you willing to fight for. Build your philosophy of life by questioning ideas that surround you. By doing that, you will embark on the amazing journey of finding yourself, the one and only journey that is worth taking. Because, as the great James Bond would say, the world is not enough. I wish you luck and an adventurous journey. Congratulations and Godspeed to all of you.